Hey guys, good morning. What's happening? Happy Thursday. What's going on? What is happening? Hashtag live 365 here in the basement, echoey basement. I don't know what's going on. What's happening? Which ends up? Thursday. How's your week going, guys? Pop it in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10. You guys that watch this on the rewind, I want to thank you. And the guys that comment, replay, or whatever, I see you. Guys like Josh Baker, I see you guys. Thank you for watching. Sometime during the day when it works for you, I appreciate it. It's always good to see people on. Good morning, Sherry. First one in today. Breaking the tape. Right on it. Good to see you. What's happening? Did you find somebody to watch the dogs for us? Oh, shoot. 420 days in a row. Unreal. Yeah. Just trying to be consistent. Is it every day that a bowl of cherries? No. But we do it. We get it done. Days when I travel. Days when I slept like crap. 420 days in a row. Going at it. So, and I would say probably at least 390 have all been at 8 a.m. We've had some times where we got to go early because of travel or Bill Gustafson. Good to see you, buddy. What's happening? Yeah, we've had some days where we had to travel or do it early, do it late, but it gets done. So where are you being consistent in your life? So good morning, Chris Wallace. I see you over there on Instagram. How are you? Fred Turner is here as well. Good to see you, Dad. What's happening? Hope things are going well. It's not too shabby out, not too cold. Sunny. I mean, who could ask for more? Good morning, Wendy. How are you? Yeah, it's a little echoey down here, so I don't have my headphones and my regular setup, but we'll be changing that up pretty quick. Elizabeth Greer from Natchez is here. Good to see you. Yeah, such a fun word to say. I don't know why that cracks me up, but I think it's funny. Good morning. All the way from what? Mississippi, right? I think when we get a bunch of states represented, we got Tennessee, Massachusetts, Maine, Mississippi. Yeah. Good morning, MP101180. I'm guessing that's Mitchell Powers. Am I wrong? I was going through some. So we're approaching 100 episodes on the Summit podcast. It's a little confusion. So I don't know if next one's 98 or 99, but anyway. What I'm going to try to do is get, Matt Padron. Cool. Good to see you. I'm going to try to get Mitchell on for, he was the guy that did the first podcast with me and was doing some videography at the time. So I'm going to reach out to him and see if he'll come on and do episode 100 with me. So Central Time Zone. Yeah. Lee Frisbee up in New York. Yeah. Good to see you. So yeah, we'll see. I did a bunch of, I was cutting up some YouTube shorts and all that kind of stuff today. So this morning. Working on world domination, so we'll see if we can get him. I got to get out and check out his new place anyway, so we should be putting his link in here. Anyway, I digress. Say a prayer for my friend Jimmy. I'm just checking on him right now. See what's happening. And it's not great, guys. It's not great. In fact, I just read a text right now that's really not great. Yeah, keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He's struggling. So it's hard too because we, at the same time we're relocating. So he's just struggling. We were in the hospital the other day, and he gives me a hard time because he's like, who am I going to find to sit on the couch with me? Because our thing was sitting out on the couch having man hour in the garage, right on his couch, and we'd stare at the Mustang and he said, you got to do what's right for you. It's okay. Do whatever you got to do, And I just leaned in and said the same thing to him, And I know he knew what I meant. And he's fought a tough fight. One I don't think he's going to win. And anyway, so he's my buddy. If you've read Tuesdays with Maury, that's what I think of when I think of Jimmy. Somebody that I've had the pleasure to be around for the last 6 or 8 years and just hang out. He would always say to me, not to sound like your dad or anything, but I think you should. So, Dad, I'm sure you can appreciate that. Always a good dude, and always happy to see everybody. So anyway, he's struggling, and so we'll probably have a sad call here sometime in the near future. But anyway, want to keep chatting with you guys about the middle of the mountain. Good morning, Peter Christensen. Good to see you. Yeah, West Tennessee for Brandy. You guys aren't far from each other, right? Yeah, all good. So, and Brandy, just if you know Justin Kohler in the Rosenberg group, Elizabeth is Justin's mom. So there you go. Small world, right? Good morning, Jace. How are you? Hey, thanks for sharing my stuff, Jace. You always share it out. I just want to say publicly that I appreciate you. Hey, John Buzzle on Instagram. Good to see you, my friend. Jared's dad. So, you know, when people's parents show up, you must be doing something right, right? Gotta love it. So, yeah. So we're in the middle of, not quite the middle, but day 3 of a new series I created called The Middle of the Mountain. Talking about that time kind of between the vision and the goal, right? That long stretch where like the vision is still alive, excitement is faded, outcomes not guaranteed, right? No guarantees here. Quitting would be easy and quiet, but subtle, right? So this is where leaders are forged, or they quietly disappear. Okay, so it's day 3 of Middle of the Mountain. And I want to talk to you today about something that no one really prepares you for when you either start a business or when you're in the middle of it. And everybody gets it. It's called the loneliness, all right, of owning a business and trudging through. Good morning, Argentina. Yeah, I missed you guys. I wish I could have got out to Houston. And, you know, I was on the fence right to the last minute. In fact, just a few days before, I had to have a tough call with Steve and say, I don't think I can make it out. And I asked Wendy yesterday, I said, can you imagine if I was just getting back from Texas today? And the amount of stuff that we got done and we got moved over the weekend, this past weekend, when I would have been in Texas, was monumental. So I think it was a good decision, but a tough decision. So I always like to see you guys. So yeah, Jimmy's, Mark, you got to meet Jimmy at the wedding. So yep, he's first class dude. So I'll tell some more stories about him when the time's right. So, yeah, guys, the mountain, call it the climb or whatever, but I think it's a kind of a good analogy because we do a lot of hiking. We're not like skilled like rock and ice climbers or anything, but we like to hike. We like to go uphill. Don't want to be in a situation where you could really get hurt, so we keep it real, but we do some challenging things. Good morning, Wiley. But the middle, and I liken it. So this is normally where I point back at the medals and stuff. I would say the middle of those races is tough too. It's really lonely because not because people don't care, not because you failed. Okay, good morning, Bubba. How are you? But because fewer people can relate to where you are now, right? So you've outgrown some conversations. But you still haven't arrived at that next table, that next circle yet, right? You kind of let go of the side of the pool and you're out in the deep end. You can see the other side, but you haven't arrived yet, okay? Leadership loneliness, really, right? It's a byproduct of responsibility in a lot of ways, is it not? Like, here's something important to understand. Like, loneliness in leadership doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. It just means that you're carrying weight. You got the weighted vest on called leadership, okay? You can't vent down, right? Or you shouldn't. So those people, they rely on you, right? You can't vent up because those guys, they don't fully get it, right? They're like, just figure it out, rub some dirt on it, right? Sometimes the only person that feels the pressure is the one sitting next to you at night or laying next to you at night, okay? Like in seasons like this, you can be surrounded with people and still feel alone. You're making decisions that affect people's lives and families and futures and still trying to figure out your own stuff. I never took it lightly that, if I had 4 or 5 people working for me, that was 4 or 5 families that had hitched their wagon to me in the idea that I created that is this business. That's pretty sobering. Yeah, 24/7 weighted vest, it seems a lot of time, Mark. Yeah, for sure. Like the responsibility doesn't just pause because the clarity hasn't shown up yet. It's there. Payroll's coming. Got to hire a guy. Well, you got to hire him before you need him, but I don't have the money to hire him before I need him. Yeah, heavy's the head that wears the crown. Yeah. One guy said to me once, it's lonely at the top, but you eat better. And he was right. He was right, but I don't think there's much in getting there by yourself. Do you, Elizabeth? I don't. I want to do it, reach back and help somebody up with me. And loneliness is more of a signal, not a sentence, guys. When I say a sentence, I mean time, It's information, right? Feedback. Tells you something about your season, not something about your worth. It's easy to get down in the middle, right? You're in the middle of the mountain, you're tired, your legs are hurting, right? You're in the middle of business, you're building, you're 3 years in, and you start to hear, whoa, 94% don't make it past year 10. Well, shit. I got a 94% chance of getting cycled out of this thing no matter how hard I work. It just often means that you're in between identities, right? You get that identity of the person that started. Now we got to switch to that identity of the person that sticks to it and that finishes. Okay, it's not who you were, not who you're becoming yet. We're just getting there. Okay, it's that in between space. It's uncomfortable, but it's not permanent. You don't have to stay there. Okay, what do you do with that loneliness? Number one, don't isolate. Good morning from Denver. Good to see you back safely, Dave. And congratulations on getting all your stuff done while you were away. Matt Padron says, so true. The weighted vest I wear in the morning is nothing compared to the weight you carry as a business owner and leader of my family. Yeah, exactly. Right. So here's where people get it wrong, guys. They isolate instead of differentiating, okay? Let's talk about some ways to handle the loneliness without withdrawing, okay? And sometimes, depending on what your personality is, you might withdraw. You may not want to tell somebody you're struggling, especially if it's on the financial side. Or, hey, my books are a mess. I don't want to go to the bookkeeper. I got a cavity. I don't want to go to the dentist. Come on, guys, right? You think you invented that? You didn't. You think you're the first person that ever showed up at a bookkeeper with a bunch of stuff in a shoebox? Nope. Go do it. You feel better afterwards. Okay. Some ways to handle loneliness without withdrawing. Okay. Name and have one safe place. Maybe it's a person, right? Or an outlet where you don't have to perform. Maybe it's home. I guess mine would be just hanging out with Wendy, right? Because I know I'm not going to get judged. I know I've got unconditional love and support. Okay. There's no fixing. There's no advising. Just honesty. Right? Sometimes she'll say to me, can I give you some unsolicited advice? She's like, and I'm like, yeah, sure. She's like, are you sure? I don't want you getting mad, right? Yeah, you don't want the cavity search, blah. Don't ever give up. No matter what, don't quit. And I'll get that, but I'll have to be in the right frame to receive it, right? So have a safe place or a safe person, okay? The next one is lower the bar for connection, right? Not every conversation has to be this deep worldly conversation or they just don't get you anymore, right? Be all right having a conversation with somebody. It doesn't need to be like, I always say, world domination level, right? Your presence matters more than explanation, than explaining why you need it. Just be around. Mark says, great call, and his timing had a 3-page journal this morning on this subject. Good. Yeah, it's a good timing's good. That happened last week or the other day, I think, with Ben Bryant. Speaking of Ben Bryant, where is Ben? Ben, we miss you if you're not here. Either that or you're 2 minutes late and you're not commenting because you don't want somebody saying, hey, Ben, we started 8 sharp. Show yourself. The last one is stop expecting everyone to understand, okay? Wendy says this to me all the time. She's like, that's your expectation. You need to adjust your expectation. I'm like, yeah, but, you would think, but, I don't understand. Nope. Okay. Some people support you without fully getting it. They're just supporting you. They don't necessarily need to know all the stuff that you're into with your business, right? That doesn't make them an unsafe person to be around. They're just like, hey, Bob, I believe in you. I see what you're doing. I don't totally get everything you're doing, but I respect your effort and what you're bringing to the table. So let's go. I'm here for you. Yeah, that's right, Daniela. Good morning. Good morning, Richard Nordheim. Thanks for being here. Yeah, this line, I like this line. Loneliness gets heavier when you expect the wrong people to carry it. Boom, right? Loneliness gets heavier when you expect the wrong people to carry it, okay? So pay attention to who you're leaning on, right? But don't expect the world from everyone, okay? Have that one safe place. Lower that bar for connection, okay? Not everything has to be this all worldly relationship or conversation every time you have the benefit of chatting with somebody, okay? So who actually knows what this season feels like for you? I mean, Richard, you must know. I mean, you've been at it a long time, right? Jay says assumptions are no good ever, right? Maybe no one does, right? Well, who do you know that actually knows what the season feels like for you, right? Who knows that you go through this stuff? And if that answers no one, is that because no one's available or because you haven't let anyone in? Good morning. Got your ears lowered. No, I didn't, Dave. Actually, I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. I just wear a hat so much because of the old, what we got going on. I started combing my hair yesterday. I'm like, wait a minute. I think there's less there. What the hell's going on? Hey, none of us are getting out of here alive. Yeah, if that answer is no one, like Dave knows. Dave knows what it's like. He knows he's been around. He's seen me disappear for months and months and work and grind a business and then reappear, and then at that time I wasn't letting anybody in, okay, because I just like I can't fail. I gotta go. I gotta get this done. Yeah, Bubba, welcome to the club. I got a few good years left in me with hair, Bubba, but not all of them, I don't think. Let me challenge you guys this. In the next couple days, next 48 hours, what do we got? Thursday. So by the end of the day tomorrow, reach out to one person. Dave and I talk a lot. And sometimes I don't even know why I called him, but he just calls me. It's been a few days, been a week. I'll talk to Bob. We might talk 10 minutes until I have to jump on a call, or he's got to stop into a place. Or the other day we talked, I looked at my watch after my phone. It said an hour and 7 minutes, and it felt like 10. Okay. Reach out to one person, like not to complain, not to fix, but just to be honest about where you are, where you're at. Just one conversation. Like no solutions required. We're not trying to fix anything. We're just sharing a little bit with somebody that we trust that's inside our circle, okay? Who knows what that season that you're going through feels like for you right now. You might be surprised the kind of support that you get. You might get, hey, rub some dirt on it. I haven't got time for this shit. That's okay. Right? Like you're not weak for feeling this stuff, guys. You're not broken. You're carrying around something real and something a lot of people don't talk about. Yeah. Even in the loneliest part of the climb, you don't have to disappear. You can keep talking. This is what this feels like. Okay? So tomorrow we're going to talk about why the old life starts calling you back and how to resist it. That crabs in the bucket thing, right? Crabs in the bucket. That old life pulls you back. That old comfortable shoe. Well, this was comfortable. I had enough over here. Why would I want to screw that up? Yeah, Dave says oftentimes people are going through the same thing. Yeah. So guys, if this landed with you at all, pop a fist pump in the chat. I'm doing a 10-day series on what I'm calling the middle of the mountain, that space between the vision and victory, vision and success, vision and the summit, okay, where it's easy to quit. So we're diving into that. Today was day 3. Tomorrow we'll keep going, okay? I want to take a second and wish Peter Christensen good luck. So inside the contractor fight that a lot of us used to be a member of, some still are, great coaching community by Tom Reber and the crew. They have a belt system where I don't have my belts here, but you kind of go up through the sales role play rankings and you get a green belt and a brown belt and a blue belt and all the stuff, right? when you get a certain amount of points. And so Peter has worked his ass off for the last year, really, to get to that. Once you get to 200 points, you can then go against the grandmaster, the guy that's the best at it. One of the best is Derek. And you do a test. They call it a black belt test. And that means that you have a proficiency in like their 5 steps of their Shin Fu process. And so Peter is now knocking on the door, and he's got there, and he's going at Derek, I think for the second time now. And they don't make it easy to get this designation, if you will. And a lot of people chase it. And so Pete's coming up against it. He's worked hard. It's all sales role plays and just working on your game. And so if you're not working on your game, you're either getting better or you're getting worse at it. Sales is a diminishing skill. So Peter, best of luck to you. Take Derek down, all right? Pulling for you. Hope it goes well. Yeah, there's Tim Catroni right now. Tim, thanks for jumping on, buddy. And I know you do a pre-test with that guy right there with Tim, with another one of the masters. So you got to get by Tim before you get to Derek. And I think Pete got by Tim last time, and then Derek booted him. So anyway, it's good stuff. I went through it. I had a hell of a great time doing it, and it made me not just better at sales. It made me better communicator, better at tough conversations. It made me better at shutting my mouth. Like, I don't have in a sales interaction, I just have to talk the whole time. So it's good stuff. And we do some role playing inside the Rosenberg group too. We do it on Thursdays. Actually, I'm leading that call today on the DSA. So you saying Tim's easy? Probably always start in trouble, man. I remember when I first got on my first call, I think it was like fight night or something with Tim and with Greg. It was a good time. They're like, who's this new guy? Why is he on already? I'm like, hey, let's go. But yeah, lots of good memories, tons of new friends and lifetime friends. It's good. Yeah, Mark said, I had fun chasing you on the belt tracker back in the day. It was Mark and Dan Bennett, Bill Walkenfuss. Who else? Rich Lee. We had and Richard, and yeah, just had on Saturdays, we would just beat each other up. Who's this Bob? Yeah, that's right. Went to a baseball game with those guys. Bob was like, hey, Tim, who's this Bob guy? We don't know him. I'm like, hey, you put it out to the group. I'm coming. So love you too, Tim. Appreciate you being on here. So anyway, all that to say, Peter, good luck. You've done the work, and you've done the work again. You put yourself in a good spot. Good morning, Justin, Katie. Thanks for coming. Good to see you. Yeah, Pete has been grinding. Just scrolling back through some of the comments. Good morning, Shane. Good morning, Tim Kasperzak. Good to see you guys. Yeah, a bunch of you guys in here this morning. So, yeah, hopefully this stuff will land with you guys. It's kind of switch it up a little bit and just talk about some things that maybe don't get talked about, right? Lonely. It can be lonely as a business owner. You got to have your group. Get in the right room. If you're not part of, say, the fight or the Rosenberg group or on here with me or whatever it is, do something daily, okay? That keeps you sharp. So you don't get sucked back into the maybe to the old life, that old comfortable shoe that created the life that you're trying to improve. Okay? Nothing changes with nothing changes, right? All the sayings. We got all the cliches. Yeah. Good morning, Rachel. How are you? Got to put out an APB on Ben Bryant. If anybody sees Ben, check in, make sure he's okay. So anyway, yeah, guys, good stuff. Had a busy day today, busy day full of calls. Like I said, I'm handling the daily sales accelerator inside the Rosenberg group. If you want sales training, come see us. Right now, you can do 10 days free. I don't know who else does that. That's pretty awesome. You can come in and just test drive it, see if you like it, see if you want to stick around and hang out. So, you're a great friend and positive role model. Have a great day. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. You type way too fast, man. Yeah, Justin, check in on him. Say, Ben, what's going on? What's going on? He's busy. I was doing some YouTube shorts of old podcasts today. I mentioned it on the front of the call. And I said that on a podcast I was doing with Mitchell Powers 2 years ago. I did the whole thing. I'm busy. So I guess it's something that I say. Anyway, the things you guys pick up on. Sorry. Yeah, let's. We're gonna start over because Pat just showed up. If you guys don't mind, just hit the reset. Pat, I expect you to comment your replay. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it. Hope you got a lot out of your trip to Texas. And I think it's always good when I see you and Dan hanging out, and that's always good stuff, leveling each other up, getting better. So can't boil the ocean. Yeah. Yeah, here they come. Good to be known for something, I guess. Go hard in the paint. And if you're Bubba, you say, well, I got to go take care of it. Wendy picked up on that. How come he always says it? Like at the end, I get it, it. 100% today. Yeah, good stuff. Anyway, love you guys. Have a great Thursday. Long in the tooth, yeah. I get that from my dad, I think. Yeah. Yep, no need for steering. Brakes are gone. No sense steering. Speaking of that, the Jeep is in the shop. Getting a new exhaust, ball joint. What else is going on? Headlights. Because you got that nice LED headlights that all of a sudden when you're driving in the pitch black, they go, boom. Oh. I look over at Wendy and, well, this is interesting. So anyway, Hank at Black Bear Auto Care is taking care of that for us. Got Wendy's Jeep straightened out the other day, so I guess we're going to hang on to them for a while and run them a little bit and see what happens. But Freddie Moracho, good to see you, buddy. Jess, better late than never. Always good to see you guys. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you coming on, having a few laughs. Yeah, and the ability to constantly crack myself up. I do have a good time. Way I look at it is this, Mark. I spend a lot of time laughing at other people, so I got to be able to laugh at myself, right? You didn't get rid of that thing yet? Nope. Still got it. Still got the pool table too. I'm gonna be dragging that down the road come Saturday. So I don't know. I got a few ideas for today, so we're gonna get creative with that. So if anybody locally wants a bantam pool table, it's like 43 inches by 63, pocket on each end. It's pretty cool, actually. It's a good little game. Doesn't take up the amount of space that a regular one would, but anyway, this isn't, Ray Terry's big deal. So, yeah, no links. Busy. Yeah. Wendy actually right now is breaking down the kitchen. So, into storing stuff into tubs and things of that nature, what have you and what not. So, I got her a little step ladder for today. She can reach those upper cabinets. Yeah. Yeah, firewood could be good for firewood. Yeah. So anyway, guys, appreciate you hanging out. I'm gone. I'll be on the DSA. For you guys that are members of the Rosenberg group, I'll be on at 10:30. And looks like you guys had a couple of great calls yesterday. We were moving around, so I couldn't attend. Anyway, love you guys. Have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow. Target practice. Same time, same station. Guys, please share it out. Love you guys. Take care. You might die.